I don't know if I should start by introducing myself. All right, my name is Jude Okoye. You guys know me as Jude and G's of the P Square, even if I have not had anything to do with P Square for the past 8 years. But it's all good. My name is Jude Okoye, Jude and G's. And due to what has been going on I think for the past weeks, normally for me, be myself, and how I approach stuff like this, I normally sit it out. But I have to come and make this live video because it wasn't about me anymore. My family was involved in the whole thing, and I have to come and tell you guys what it's all about. Okay, first of all, let me start from the beginning of P Square. I think most of you already know the story and how Smooth Criminal started through MMPP, then they now became P Square. How Peter was more of the Smooth Criminal dancing, and Paul was more of singing after he broke out from dancing with the Smooth Criminals, started following me around and started, singing. The first song that Paul ever wrote in his life was Say Your Love. That was when I knew that there's something there. And when they went to the University of Jos, I was like, okay, this is, dancing Michael Jackson, imitating Michael Jackson in the secondary school time period is fine and okay. But now that you're in university, you cannot come to the university and still be, doing such, because people are expecting that you should be upgraded by then. Why don't you guys, fuse yourself together and possibly dance to your own music instead of you imitating Michael Jackson? Paul, bring your song, fuse it together. You guys can form a team, and that was how P Square came about to be. So, long story short, we started the hustle from Jos together. Then we now came to Lagos, and everything is history. How we sacrificed everything to make the team work. How we came from just having nothing to Lagos, and working together as a team till this moment of crisis here and there every now and then. We started in 2013, ending of 2013. So it's crazy because it's kind of emotional, but it's something that needs to be said, and it has to be said just to get the record straight. Peace started having issues from 2013 ending to early of 2014. I tried as much as possible because it has been going on since, but from 2013, 2014 was when it went out to the public, when it became public knowledge. And by then, it was so difficult then to curtail, because once something seeps out to the public, it becomes a public thing that you cannot be able to take back. So from 2014, P Square had issues, 2015, 2016, 2017. Then they now had a break of almost 5 years and came back in 2020, ending of 2021. And now again, they are having issues again. Why I'm here is because I was, one way or the other, involved in the P Square saga once again, even though I have never had anything to do with P Square for the past 8 years. Since 2016 to date, I've not been P Square's manager, I've not been P Square's director, I've not been P Square's anything. I have just been on my own, doing my own real estate business, focusing on my own hustle. And one way or the other, anytime there has to be any crisis affecting P Square, my name will one way or the other find itself in the midst. I don't know how it happens, but Peter seems to still have a way of bringing me inside the problem. So let's start with the EFCC case. In February, I think February ending, I started getting calls from people that I've done businesses with, people that I have made payments to, and people that have made payments to me. Every transaction I've ever had, telling me that EFC invited them, and they were asked to come and account for whatever business they had with me. And most especially, all of them were all more on the Dome account. So I was believing that, okay, this problem has to do with the new government that's in place, and that they are chasing Binance, they are chasing everybody that's making, the FX rise and whatever. I was like, oh, they'll just look at it and just move past. Until somebody that paid Naira into the account called me and told me, hey, they asked him to come and explain for what he did, what the 500,000 Naira he paid in my account in 2015 was for. Then I was like, okay, this is not about FX or Binance anymore. Something fishy is going on. So it kept on coming like that. Everybody I've ever done businesses were calling me, different people. And then in 22nd, I think 22nd of April, 2 days to my birthday, I was invited to come to the EFCC. I went there with Paul. I didn't know that Paul was even invited. He showed me that, he was even invited the same day. I said, okay, let's go to the same day. Let's go the same day. We now went there with our lawyer. We went there. They now opened the file and they were asking me, okay, this money was found in your account. I said, yes. This money belongs to P Square. I said, yes. So what is it doing in your account? I was like, why are you asking me what P Square's money is doing in my account? It is my own share of P Square. They were like, no, that there's a petition against me. I said, okay, let me see what the petition was about. Then they gave me the petition. That's when I knew that it was Peter that wrote a petition against me since December ending of 2023. The investigation started in 2024, January. And the petition was saying that I opened a secret company and I was siphoning P Square's money to my personal account. I was like, no. This is royalties. Paul has the same publishing royalty coming to him every quarter. Peter has the same royalties coming to him every quarter. Jude has royalties also coming to him every quarter. We have an agreement within the three of us that anything that has to do with P Square proceeds goes three ways to the three of us. Peter gets his own, he shares with us. Paul gets his own, he shares with us. I get my own, I share with two of them. That's how it has been going. Until 2017, or rather, 2016, when P Square had issues with fighting in the Festus Keyam's office and all that, there was a split of P Square. Peter stopped sharing. Paul came and gave me money. I was like, I think you can keep your money because Peter has stopped sharing. So I think what is going to happen now is that everybody should start keeping what they get because Peter is incommunicado now. Nobody can reach him. So I think that's the best thing. The Paul was like, yeah, let's everybody keep what they get. And that is how it has been for over 4.5 to 5 years or thereabout till 2021 November when they came back together. And I did the noble thing, which was I returned the catalog back to the fold so that the three of us can be sharing it equally as usual, which was what was expected of me to do. But surprisingly, they refused to return their own. As I'm speaking to you right now, they are still keeping the royalty publishing that they receive quarterly. Peter is still keeping his own to himself. Paul is still keeping his own to himself. The one I was keeping to myself, I have returned to the fold. The three of us are sharing since 2022, early 2022, sometime like that. That was my story to the EFCC. And they said, okay, but the two of them are P Square. That Peter said that I was an unemployed graduate from Jos that didn't have any job, and they had when they had issues with their former manager, may so rest in peace, Bayo, that they now invited me to come and manage P Square for them so I can be on salary. I told him no, that I was the one that brought them to Lagos. that I was one that even made the group P Square. They said, no, that was what Peter told them. I said, okay, that means when I'm coming tomorrow, I'm going to bring my CACs, I'm going to bring my MOUs, I'm going to bring every document that I had to prove that I am not just a bystander. I am part and parcel of P Square. They said, okay, what I should not blame them that the only P Square they know is just Peter and Paul on TV. I said, yeah, I know, I understand. The next day being my birthday, I tried to excuse them that, okay, can I be allowed not to be there on my birthday so that I can have time to attend to my guests and everything. They said, no, that's okay, I should just come that day that they're going to release me by 12, 1 o'clock so I can go and attend to my guests. I said, no problem. So the next day I came. Now I came with just Paul. I didn't come with my main lawyer. And I gave them all the documents. The guy looked at it and was like, wow, did Peter sign this? I said, look at his signature. This is the CAC that we opened the company with, both Square Records and Northside Entertainment. They were like, you are even more than P Square. I was like, I don't understand what you mean. They said, look, you are entitled to 40% shares, while the two of them are entitled to 30%, 30%. I said, well, I'm not supposed to say it with my mouth. You can see it. Then they said, okay, if that is the case, so I should come and prove to them that we have an MOU, that we're supposed to be sharing it equally. I said, if the CSC is not enough, okay, we have an MOU, this is the MOU. The MOU clearly stated that the P Square comprises of 3 entities, Peter, Paul, Jude. Every process of the P Square goes 3 ways to Peter, Paul, Jude. Nobody has the right to take every P Square song, catalog, video, likeness, image, outside the benefit of P Square. So, in a nutshell, I was able to establish that I am not a bystander, that I was P Square, that I played my role in the P Square situation. Long story short, they started asking me some questions that I felt very irritated about, even though I did not understand them, but now I do understand. They were asking me, okay, I built a mansion in Okoye. I said yes. Where did I get the money from? Now it became, I've already explained to you what the money you said was petitioned against me in the account, what it was for, that this is my own money I was keeping from the royalty. Go and check Peter's own, you see his own in his account. Go and check Paul's own, you see his own in his account. Peter cannot come and say, Jude is stealing our money from us. You come and just look at the account and see P Square's money and say, Peter said he's stealing his money, look at the money here. I said, no, check Peter's account, you see his own share there. Check Paul's account, you see his own there. Why are you just flashing the light on my own alone? So, I told them that now you're asking me, I built a mansion, where did I get the money from? This one, where did I get the money from? I was like, yo, P Square ended in 2017. I have devoted my life from the day even before I went to the university. I devoted my life in P Square. There is nothing else I do aside P Square. I put my life on hold just to make sure that P Square succeeds. And all of a sudden, I am wanted out of P Square. I didn't have a problem. I saw what you guys are saying. Jude, is it by force? Leave P Square alone. Leave P Square alone. I understand that the fans are more interested in what their favorites want, not what the truth is or what is the right thing to do. And by 2016, I decided to say, okay, no problem. If this is what they wanted, I needed to step down. Let me step down. Let me step away. I stepped away. P Square ended. I had another thing to do. I sold my house in America. I sold my house here. I put all my resources that I had together to go and build that. I even borrowed money from a few colleagues and friends to get that project finished. So why are you asking me where? So they now said, okay, since I'm not cooperating, no problem, I should go and get a shorty. I'm going to be detained and here and there and there. Okay. It happened that I was taken to the booking section. They removed my wristwatch. They bagged my wristwatch, my shoes, and everything. Took off my, jewelry and my wallet and everything. And I was about to be sent in when somebody else now came and said, okay, that I should wait a bit. Then after like 30 minutes, then I came back and said, okay, that the boss wants me to come and to come out and come back tomorrow morning. That's how I left. I think I left around midnight, close to midnight. of that same birthday. Before I got home, all my guests have finished eating my food, my drinks, without me being present, and they've gone. But I think the ones that came and left understood what was going on, but they were close friends, so I didn't have anything to bother. So it was still kept, hush hush, that period. So that was how I was detained, so to speak, the detaining. I spent the whole day from 9 o'clock in the morning till that midnight of that same day of my birthday. So I literally spent my birthday in the EFCC custody or detention or whatever you want to call it. So, and I came back, I was like, okay, seriously, what is the meaning of this? Somebody is sending a petition against me that I siphoned money. It's like saying, you are accusing me of having a bag of rice that belongs to 3 of us, but you have a dozen bags of rice that belongs to 3 of us in your possession. How are you accusing me of the one that I have? Okay, if that's your case, let's go and see how it's going to end. The EFCC people wanted to keep it hush-hush until it came out in the public domain that, P Square are now in the EFCC, they are having tussles and here and there. I had nothing to do with P Square. I just had a petition against me about royalties. Then all of a sudden, the royalty thing now shifted when he found out that all these allegations are not holding anything, because what he told them, that me being a bystander, is not what was established. It was established that I was part and parcel of P Square on papers and everything. So he now went back to 2008, 2009, when we came to Lagos, the first account we ever opened, for me to explain every transaction that's ever happened in our account for over almost 19, 20 years. I can't even remember the money I spent last week. And someone is asking me to account for money spent 19 years ago, what it was for. Every money that has my name on it in the account must be explained. I was like, okay, no problem. Let me get it. Let me see what I can be able to do with that. I was able to, by his grace, have, if not all of them, most of the accounts that he was pointing at. Most especially, there is this tree that he was mentioning. I think that was how he was trying to get Paul involved in the whole thing, saying that me and Paul were sharing monies without giving him his own share. He now pointed out where there was an account where Paul had $100,000 and there is none for him. Another place where Paul had $150,000, there was none for him, and one of whatever. Then I was like, okay, let me go and look at it and find out what, because it's been like, that was 2013 and 2014. I said, let me go and check it. That was over 10 years ago. 2-3 days later, I came back with my defense, and I was like, this $100,000 he's complaining about was exactly the same day he got engaged to his girlfriend, then girlfriend, now wife. He bought a Range Rover for her, same day, same time. Paul did not buy Range Rover for anybody. He said, Jude, put my own in my own account, and I did that. Why are you calling EFCC on me to come and explain what Paul is doing with $100,000 in his account when you use your own to buy a Range Rover to engage your wife? Same day. The second one of $150,000 was on the middle of January 2014. You told me you wanted to buy a Bentley. I gave you $200,000. Paul said, I'm not buying a Bentley. Put $150,000 in my account and send me $50,000 to go to America to catch fun with. And now you are asking me to come to EFCC to come and explain why Paul has $150,000 in his account and you don't have yours. Paul has $150,000 in his account, you had a Bentley. The thing was so annoying, so frustrating, that I am now the person that has to be explaining what your memorable times, periods are supposed to be for you. Am I supposed to be the one to remind you of when you engaged your wife with a Range Rover? That was when Paul had his money. The data is very clear there. Am I supposed to be the one to tell you that you bought a Bentley? You bought a Bentley, Paul did not buy a Bentley. That's why Paul had $150,000 in his account. Now, I am now heading the EFCC to come and be explaining that. That I'm giving Paul that amount, then I'll go behind and share it with Paul. Now, all those accusations now, when there was one again that he held very dear, Very little amount, 25,700. That's why he got Jason Njoku involved or something. That there's when money got into our account, 25,700 and something $1,000, that me and Paul within 4 hours or whatever came and split the money in half. Yeah, it was true. I saw it and I was wondering, why would 25,000 something get into our account and me and Paul will share the money into two immediately? Then I was like, okay, let me go and investigate. And I went back and I checked. And lo and behold, there's an email that Peter wrote to Iroko telling them that they should split the money into three and send him his own because P-Square is having issues and he doesn't want the money to be put in our general account. Jason now wrote an email saying, okay, gentlemen, after discussing individually with the three of you, this is how the money is going to be shared. Jude plus Paul, $25,750. Peter, $12,850. Peter's money was sent to him directly. Jude plus Paul's money was now sent to Northside Entertainment account, which he now saw in the account and picked it out and said, this is the evidence that Peter, Jude, and Paul are sharing money behind his back. This thing happened in 2016. And EFCC is holding me, asking me, interrogating me on that to explain. What am I trying to say? Everything about this EFCC thing is just mind-boggling and crazy. Now let's go to the secret company. My people, the secret company is none other than Northside Music Entertainment. I signed Cynthia Morgan with Northside Music Entertainment. All Cynthia Morgan videos has Northside Inc. in it. How is it a secret company to Peter all of a sudden in 2024? No, I want to understand. How is Northside Music that has a CAC certificate registration since 2015? How is Northside Music that was registered, according to him, the address of the secret company was my wife's. That's how he had to get my wife involved. It has to do with my wife's people's or my wife's home address. Please look at the address here. You can see what the address says. It's 178 Lola Holloway, Omole. Both my address, both my signature and Ife's signature says the same thing. Can you see that? Look at it. So why would it say Umokeke Ifeoma Chidinma 178 Lola Holloway, Jude Okoye Chidozie 178 Lola Holloway? This is the same Squareville. That's the address of Squareville where the three of us, Peter, Paul, and Jude, lives. Or rather, we were living then. That was the address that was used to open the secret company. Peter has to look for a way to make whatever that has to do with my account look fraudulent. I don't understand. CAC, every company registered in CAC is in public domain. This thing has been registered for 9 years. Cynthia Morgan was signed in October of 2013. Then I wasn't expecting to sign Cynthia Morgan. Like you people already know, the contract was prepared by Cynthia Morgan and her then manager, Joy. They came to my room suddenly begging, Jude, let's just do this. So I did not have any company that I run with. I'm only running with Northside Entertainment, which was P-Square and me. I was like, okay, to make it a little formal then, I now used the letterhead of Northside Entertainment to print the first page of that agreement. But whatever write-up that is about the agreement is talking about Northside Music Inc. This was 2013. We're talking about 11 years ago. What is so secret about Northside Entertainment? Everybody in this entertainment circle knows about Northside Entertainment except Peter. He all of a sudden was shocked that he discovered a secret company called Northside Entertainment, Northside Music. So now my wife got entangled in it because obviously you cannot open a corporate account in Nigeria as a single entity in 2015. I don't know about now. So I had to get her inside as my second director, and that was how her name ended up in these documents. when I went to the EFCC, we had to go and sit with the EFCC boss, the three of us. And the man asked Peter, why are you bent on wanting to involve Jude's wife in this matter? We have investigated for 6 months. There is nowhere, there is no how, there is no means that we have found any connection that has to do with her. They just used her name as a second director in the company registration. She's not in the banking. She doesn't have access to the account. She doesn't have any security. She's not security to the account. Why do you always want to have her involved? I've told you several times to leave her out of this. And Peter's answer was, he has to get her involved because if the table was turned the other way around, we're going to involve his wife. That he should go and see what I was talking about his wife on social media. Please, I want to ask you people, I have 1 million naira to send to anybody that can go on Google and find any time I posted a tweet or Instagram or Facebook or whatever, any defamatory whatever on Peter's wife. Please, the first person to send that in to me on my DM will win 1 million naira. I don't understand. Sometimes I keep saying it from that 2016 that Peter needs help. Peter needs prayer. It looks as if I'm making a jerk of him, but that is the fact. There is nothing I have not done to a point that I have left P Square for you for 8 years. I am not managing you. I am not directing for you. I'm not giving you any opinion. There is nothing. You are going your way. I'm going my way. I wish you guys well. When you guys came back in 2021, you called me. There's a video out. Manager. I told you, whoop, no. Let's enjoy the euphoria for a day or two. We need to come together and find out when this is over, what happened 4-5 years ago. He said, why do I need? I said, no. You cannot pause a brand like P Square for 4-5 years. I just say, no, not in the app. We don't come together. I said, no. If it's me that is faulty, tell me what I am doing wrong. Whoever that is, everybody should just come and vent and call. Apart from P Square, that brotherhood should come together. You cannot just say, no, it's okay. They said, okay, we agreed. After a week, I noticed that nobody was calling me for the meeting. I decided to call for the meeting myself. I said, okay, let everybody come together. Can we have this meeting? First thing that Peter brought it out from his mouth was, I beg, we don't need I beg. Me and Paul don't say, let bygone be bygone. That was his word. Me and Paul don't say, let bygone be bygone. I was like, was it just Paul that was involved in this thing? Why can't we sit down? Even if it means bringing the wives too, let all of us as families sit down and fashion this thing out. Something strange happened that made this brand to go incommunicado for 5-6 years. No, 4.5, 5 years. It needs to be explained. If not, it's going to happen again. And Paul was like, no, Jude, if you said let bygone be bygone, let's look for how to just... I let it go. I don't want to push it further because everybody was still enjoying the euphoria of their back. I just let it go. Then we started talking about how to start the new managing of P Square, the new ideas, and how to bring the brand back. I was trying to open an account that will have the three of us alert a new account because the old one was been dormant for long. Only for my phone to ring, Paul called me. I said, where was I? I said, I'm in my parlor. I'm signing. He said, no, leave that way. They try open. Just come for my house. I said, okay, what's the problem? He said, just come. I said, okay, give me 2 minutes. Let me finish filling this form. He said, Jude, that's the way they feel. If you don't need them, just they come. I was like, I don't understand. Can't you give me 2 minutes? Now, Peter now picked the phone and said, Jude, that's the way they feel. No need. You know, be saying you no go feel them. You don't need them. Just they come. The thing is, the paper is still here with me. I just told the guy that, you know what, when I finish filling the form, I'll call you to come and collect it. I have an urgent meeting to attend to. I went to Paul's house. Peter was seated, Paul was seated. I sat down. Then Peter was like, they have had a meeting yesterday and decided that they are not going to need me for the P Square moving forward. I was like, why? He said because that is the condition he gave Paul if they are going to come back as P Square, that Jude is not going to get involved. And for you people that are saying that Paul is always siding Jude. Paul sided with Peter and got me kicked out of P Square. This thing happened early December 2021. Early December 20. I can't remember the date exactly. Does that one look like somebody that is siding with Jude? Does Paul look like somebody that is siding with Jude? But that's just by the way. So, I said, okay, no problem. Paul, you have done Root Boy for almost 5 years now. I gave you all the support. I gave you all the assistance that you needed. I even edited all your videos, if not all, most of your videos, for free. Did you ever pay me? No. Have you ever played any show that you got as Root Boy and you paid me anything? He said no. I gave you all the assistance. He said it. For that 4 or 5 years, even though nobody knew what I was doing for a living, he said it. I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to extend the same gesture to P Square right now. You guys can take your decisions. You don't want me to have anything to do with P Square. Take your decisions yourself, run your things. But if you need any help, I'm always available. Let's do that way. I left them. No hard feelings. P Square or no P Square, we still have to keep the brotherhood. And when I went to Abuja, a week later, at the poolside of the hotel that we were staying, were like 5 of us that came from Lagos. Then some few Gogolada people, Abuja people that they have known from school days and everything. They were like 14, 15 of them, including us. I was just sitting drinking with Paul and some other people. Then Peter walked up to me and was like, he wants to seek my opinion on something. That what do I think? What do I go think if we go invite Mehdi for the show where they want to do by that December, their only first show in December? What is my opinion? I said, invite Mehdi. I said, no. Why do you want to invite Mehdi? He said, because people go feel that the people know that P Square and Mehdi know they're in good time, but if they bring them as a surprise, it go wow the fans. I say yes. I don't say go wow the fans, a normal thing. But has Mehdi reached out to you? Has he apologized? Has he made up with you after all the things he said about you on social media? I was like, no. If Mehdi don't make up with him, I said, okay, if Mehdi has made up with you, has he made up with Paul? Has he made up with me? Peter exploded. What's it concern me? Why does it give a fuck if Mehdi makes up with me? All he does is say, Paul, don't worry. We'll enter Lagos. I go invite Mehdi, come, make him come apologize to you. Once I apologize, that's all. Fuck off, we don't need you. I was like, what have I said now that is wrong? What have I said now that is sparking this rage? You asked me a question, an opinion, and I gave it. Why am I getting backlashed now? As in, what is the meaning of this? I stood up, Shehu, Paul's manager, and 20 stopped me. I was like, Jude, no. I said, I'm not angry. I just want to go and cool off. I can't stay here. He was screaming that I should be grateful that it is because of him and Paul coming together that I am here. I didn't understand what that statement meant. That I should be grateful that because they came together as P Square again, I now found myself in Abuja. As in, I cannot come to Abuja. I've never been to Abuja. I don't understand what that statement meant. That was what I heard, last thing I heard when I was leaving, and I left. I went to my room, I slept. I woke up the next day, I told myself, even the assistant that I was trying to render or give to them for free, I think I should just withdraw it and just move my I should not be interested in anything P Square. And that was how it has been. Anytime that they release any video, the way people are seeing the video or the new song on telly is the same way me I'm saying it. I never got involved in anything P Square. Ever. Until EFCC invited me. 2.5 years later. Now, everybody keeps saying, Jude, go and settle your brothers. You are the elder one. You're the elder one. Yes, I am the elder one, but I am not the first son. We have 2 elder ones. I have 2 elder brothers. I keep saying this, but that doesn't excuse the fact that I am their elder brother. But please, somebody that doesn't regard you, respect you as an elder one, how do you tell that person? How do you put that person in order, so to speak? How? No, I want you two people to help me. What do you think I'm not doing right? Go and say to your brothers, if a referee becomes a target of two boxers that you're supposed to referee on, how does it settle the fight? I became a target from the day. What is that? Don't worry, it's not necessary. Don't worry, I don't know how to. So, hold on, please, excuse me. I don't like this. Sorry, some people are not happy with the comments that are going on. So, where was I? Where was I? I'm forgetting what I was even saying. Okay. So, basically, what I'm trying to say, in essence, is that I've not had anything to do with P Square for the past 8 years. I don't know what people are expecting of me. I decided to move on with my life. These people are not babies. These people are 45 years old this year. These people are going to be 45 this November. They are not babies. These people they have children that are teenagers, for crying out loud. If they are in America, they will be grandfathers now. Why is it that Peter always finds a way to put blames on me when anything goes wrong with him? Because he has already have that impression that, oh, the people always call Jude the elder one, go and say to your brothers, go and put your family in order. What do you mean, go and put your family in order? My family is in order. Let them put their family in order. If they are doing business together, let them put it in order. I have tried to the point that I sacrificed myself. I mentioned this thing when I was doing with Tundead Not. I have practically done everything possible. What is expected of me now? No, you two will tell me, what do you want me to do? He had to look for a way to go and twist the EFCC situation to make it look fraudulent. The address he was talking about, if my wife having her people's address, was the address of the account opener. The accountant that opened the account address. He went and paid what account opener. Oh, they opened an account with their address and now came out and said the Ajayi Coca Street or whatever in Yaba is my wife's home address. My wife has never lived on the island. She came from Warri to Jakonde. From Jakonde, me and her met, and the rest is history. How did you see an address and just concluded that it's my wife's home address? If not that you are looking for a way to just put that thing out there, that these people are fraudulent. Nosa Entertainment has been existing for 11 years. It became a shocker for you, seeing it after 11 years. So Mr. Morgan was signed on Nosa Entertainment since 11 years. It's like me coming out to say P Classic is a shocker for me. Oh, I'm just seeing it. It's a secret company. Or me coming out to say Root Ball Record is a surprise. It's a secret company because I don't have any affiliation to do with it. Your P Classic, it doesn't have any affiliation with me. Everybody has their own separate company that they run aside P Square. I also have mine. So what is the problem? I wanted to keep silent and wait for the EFCC case to finish. But I was like, if the EFCC case finishes and you come and make a comment, it look as if, oh, because you don't free yourself or because the thing don't end, I don't get mad. I say, no, I think it's time to come and say something. I think I need to come and put this thing right. So, I stopped at the elder brothers. Okay. What is this? This APC man that mentioned, I saw it online, that talked about us, if we have elders in our family, if we have people in our family, the elders, the Igwes and co, family members. I'm not going to lie to you. Paul kind of attacked him, but I beg to differ for what Paul did. The man was right. Yes, we have elders, we have family members, we have Igwes, we have elderly people, so to speak. But the question is, how come none of them don't make any input? They have. Our Igwe of our village have. Prominent members have. Our cousins and aunties, our aunties, all of them, uncles, all of them have. Peter doesn't listen to anybody. See, I'm not trying to put Peter down. I'm not trying to make him look bad. I'm not trying to say I'm a saint. I'm just trying to say there is nothing humanly possible that people, not just me now, people have not done. Emekofo, Letifa Yuba, Dantata, name them, prominent men, governors, ministers, everybody. Once they hear from him, they hear from me, they hear from Peter, and they're making a final submission, and the submission is not going towards Peter's favor, it will explode and walk out. Steady, steady, steady. They got tired and they forgot about it. I also got tired and I forgot about it and moved on. Why am I still always involved? I don't understand. 8 years, for 8 good years, I have not had anything to do with P Square. For 8 years. I have survived outside P Square for 8 years. Now, that is the biggest problem. Peter went to EFCC after they had issues with... Okay, let me talk about the issues before he went to EFCC. Last November ending to December, I was sitting at Paul's poolside watching TV. I'm not going to tell you what I was told. I will tell you what I saw, and I started hearing screaming from the other side. The guy that was sitting next to me, I was like, as Paul's boy, I said, what's going on? He said, Paul is the other side. I said, what is he doing there? He said, I think they're having a meeting. Then the voice became so loud and so loud. The noise was now approaching towards my back because I was facing the TV and there was a door behind me. Next thing, as I was just turning back like that, I started hearing, where have our children there? Where have our children there? You loser! Where have our children there? Next thing, Paul barged into the gate violently. Peter came forcefully behind him, and as I just turned, I made eye contact with Peter. He now turned back and went back into his compound. Then Peter's manager, MM, now held Paul, went to her knees. Paul, please, Paul, Rudy, plus, Paul, please, you never heard it. Plus, Paul, you never heard it. You never heard it. I was just surprised. I was just looking at them. Then she walked back in. Paul went inside, cleaned himself up, and now came back. I was like waiting for him. Like, guy, what did I just witness now? What happened? And what was going on? That they've been having issues, and he thought that the only way that the issue should stop is to have a permanent solution to the issues. If Peter is complaining that he doesn't get his ideas contribution in the P Square brand, that what they are going to do now is that if they are going to be doing everything 50-50, like for instance now they said they wanted to have an album or whatever, somebody wants to get their album for 10 tracks. He said, okay, you will bring half of the album, I'll bring half of the album. You'll be in charge of your 5 songs, I'll be in charge of my 5 songs. You promote your 5 songs, I'll promote my 5 songs. If you want to shoot the video, you have an idea of the video, instead of conflicting with mine, shoot it with in your own 5 songs, I'll shoot mine in my own 5 songs. But to have that union of P Square, I'll have my songs come to you and say, okay, Peter, come and feature in 2, 3, 4, or 5 of my tracks. Do the same thing. Let's have that union. So that we can be able to protect that P-Square sound, that texture that people already fell in love with P-Square, so we can still maintain it. That Peter rejected that idea. That was what brought the argument. I was like, that's a good idea, by the way, because this idea now will mean that there will be no more conflict. If I'm disrespecting you in the studios, this time around, we don't need to be in the studio together. If I'm disrespecting your ideas of a song, this time around, put the ideas in your own song. If I'm disrespecting your ideas to shoot, how we're going to shoot a video, or who to feature in a song, and I decide to say, oh, let's go and feature Usher. You said, no, you want to feature whoever. Go on, whoever you want, use your money, bring the person, feature the person. At the end of the day, that your 5 song, register it, copyright it as your own. I'll do likewise to my own. If the song when na my own na him blow, or your own na him blow, whichever one will blow, when they call us for P-Square, we'll climb stage together, go perform finish, we'll go collect our money, we'll split them 50-50. But when it comes to royalties, streaming, whatever, the one where they come for your name of your own songs, being go to you. The one they come to my own, make it come to me. That was exactly what he proposed. And Peter wasn't in agreement with that. That was what caused their fight. I was like, okay, if he doesn't agree with that, let him tell you. That was my advice to Paul. Let him tell you how he wants it to be. Then you guys can like come towards the middle. Paul was like, no way. That he cannot stand anymore when a song that he does alone, sang alone, him and Peter will can't get problem. Peter will carry that same song, go they perform as a solo artist. That Peter did the same thing in Bankalat. And I agree with him because I was there. Bankalat was Paul's first Rude Boy solo song, debut, so to speak. He spoke to Clarence and shot some part of the video before Peter came back in 2016. So by then, Clarence was like, P-Square was better. P-Square is better. P-Square is better. You know what? I don't mind. I'll shoot this video continuously without adding any money for you guys. I would delete the other one. I go wait for and settle finish more and I can't do the video. And that was how Peter got involved in the video. So a year or so down the line, they had issues again. That same period, Peter went on stage as a solo act and was performing the song while Paul was seated at home with me. So he was like, he felt bad about that the only solution for that not to happen again, if I register my own song, register your own songs, but it's called P-Square together, when you go solo, you go respect my boundaries, carry your own song, go they perform, make I carry my own, they go perform. No, because when I go down suffer finish, do song finish, we carry and call them P-Square, you break P-Square again, carry and go they perform. I was like, that's a good idea, but still, ask him to give you a suggestion of what he wants. That was the last I heard from them until EFCC invited us. So I'm trying to make people give people that background that I did not have any contribution for P-Square. I did not have any communication for P-Square. I did not have any interaction with P-Square. I did not have anything to do with P-Square whatsoever for 8 years. But guess what? Anytime they have issues, I will be the forefront person that they will put in front. Okay, some of you are saying, why are you always siding one person? Why are you always siding one person? I just gave you an instance now that Paul sided with Peter to get me kicked out of P-Square, ending of 2021. I have something I'm going to post later for you people to see on Monday. I have a lot of things I'm going to post, but I can't be able to do it. I wanted to be doing it here, but for the time being not to waste you people's time or bore people's time, I can't be able to do it now. I'll post everything on Monday. They had to go and do to whom it may concern whatever, and send it to people that are sharing our royalties to undermine my authority and remove me from catalog. Meaning, okay, you have removed me from P-Square, now you want to remove the only legacy I have to show that I was once a part of P-Square. Paul signed it, Peter signed it, the two manager and Shehu signed it. I have it with me here. I'm trying to make you understand that. Why are you people always saying, I'm siding with Paul, Paul is siding with me? No. That is the game that Peter knows that you people are always falling into. So he will keep doing it as far as he just come and say, you are making Paul a weak person. You are siding with Paul. Okay, what does it mean by you are siding with Paul is always siding with Jude, knowing fully well that Jude wants to oppress me. For crying out loud, how me could take oppress Peter? If them put Peter here now, put me here now, babe, go follow me, leave Peter. No, let's be realistic. I no be superstar. I no be artist. I no dey for poster. I don't get followership for social media. What is that thing that will make that I will ever use to oppress Peter in this life? That Peter will come and say, Paul is siding with me, knowing fully well that me, want to oppress him, Peter. How? Peter, I don't drive Bentley. I never drive Bentley for my life. You carry Range Rover and engage your girlfriend. I don't even, that GLE of 2012, my wife still drives till today. How are they take oppress you? No. How? There has to be a way to bring Paul, connect her with Jude, and everything will fall into places. It has been like that for the past 10 years. It hasn't changed. They say a man does what works. Once something works, a man is tend to repeat it again. That has always been the pattern till date. Even after 8 years of having nothing to do with P Square, that pattern is still working. Because there's that emotional sentiment. Go and settle with your brothers. Why are you only siding one person? Go and settle with your brothers. 45-year-old men. They all have gray hair now. And they dye my hair. Them and they wait for their turn to dye their hair. What am I supposed to do to have my peace? Jude, leave P Square alone. Leave P Square. Stop managing them. I've left them for 8 years now. Now it's go and settle them. Go and settle them. Go and settle them. If I enter settle them, they will carry the whole problem. Put for my head. They told me, don't ever put your opinion. Don't ever contribute to this thing. We don't want to have anything to do with you with P Square. I have left them. Tell me, what else am I supposed to do to find my peace? Even if I come up from here now, go to live for Iceland, Peter will still talk, say, Paul decide with me, so that the backlash will come again. Okay, now let's go. The issue of I think I finished the issue of EFCC. So the EFCC investigation is still on. So I was able to get my petition in place against P Square, because that's the only way I can defend myself. If they were all busy focusing on my account to see what Peter alleged I was having as P Square royalty, I couldn't get them to focus on their account to see the evidence that what I am having, they are also having their own share. So I have to go and put in a petition so that they can now have authorization from me officially to look into their accounts, so that they can bring everything that has to do with P Square proceeds. They go put them for the table. They go see what everybody gets in. What they get by their accounts. So basically, that is what my petition was all about, and that is, I believe, what the investigation is on. I'm not. The EFCC are doing a very good job. They are very thorough, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. If you are in trouble, if you do anything illegal, and EFCC put their touchlight on you, you no go feel, don't go anywhere. Those people are very, very thorough. Then they tell me where I changed money 16, 17 years ago. I don't remember. I don't even know people I even send the money to. So now, what is giving me a heartache mostly about this EFCC stuff was Peter never, not once, came to me and said, brother, please, I'm having some issues with this money thing. I saw this money going to your account, or I saw this thing. How did he see the money going to my account? He never came to me. In December, end of December, I remember the picture I took with my son that I posted. End of December to early January, I saw him. He walked into my compound when I was going out with my son. When I was going to the compound to play with my son, he was like, hey, how are you? Uncle Papa is here. He played with my son and everything. And he asked me for a hand tool that I had. I told my boy to get it for him, and he now left. Only for me to, 2 months later, to be invited by the EFCC. And when I saw the petition, my heart skipped a bit. I was like, oh my God. This guy came to my compound to come and play with my son, knowing fully well he just wrote and submitted a petition against me. I couldn't put that together. I almost lost my mind. Wait, you were just playing with my son 2 months ago. And looking at your petition and the date, it was very obvious you have already submitted a petition against me, and you came and put up a face. You smiled with me, and you played with my son, and you borrowed my tool from me and left. I can't get that out of my mind. It's hard. It's so hard. I can't. It's hard. Not that I don't want to. I've tried so much to see if I can forget that. It's just not leaving my head. You said I was taking money that I am entitled to. You get your royalty when it's due, you share into 3. Paul gets his own, he shares into 3. I get my own, I share into 3. P-Square had issues, you stopped sharing. I told Paul, stop sharing too. Let everybody keep what they get. And it has been like that for over 4.5 years. P-Square came back together. I did the noble thing. I brought it back to the fold again. Everybody continued sharing again. But till date, 2.5 years later, after they came back, Paul is still not sharing, Peter is still not sharing. They get it, they keep it to themselves. I said, no problem, let me move on with my life. I still ended up in EFCC. Because once you mention Jude, I mention P-Square inside it, the person to carry the blame is already available. So, what I'm trying to say now is, please, if any of you